So let's talk about optimizing for web. Um, so for effective web publishing, your images must strike a balance between file size and display quality. So basically what that means is you want to shrink the file size of your image so that it loads quickly on screen. However, you still want it to look good. So you have to strike the balance between it being a smaller file size, but also still looking good visually. So the way that I want you to practice learning how to do this is with a option, export option that you'll find here under File, Export, Save for Web Legacy. Let's go ahead and open that up and we'll talk about this interface a little bit. So I have two images open in my Photoshop right now. One is an image called grandpalace.psd, and this is a photograph. And the other image is called roylichtenstein.jpg, and this is a illustrative flat image. So we've got a photo and we've got a flat color image. So once you have Save for Web Legacy open, I want you to open it first to the photograph, to the grandpalace.psd. When you open up this interface, I want you to first take a notice that on the far left side you have some tools. Right now I just want you to click on the hand so that you're able to move your image around. I also want you to notice you have some tabs here. You have a tab called Original, Optimized, 2-Up, and 4-Up. So the original tab is going to show you the image that you are going to optimize in its original size and visual representation. So right now this is our perfect looking picture, and I want you to notice the file size in the bottom left corner. This image is 1.91 megabytes, which is quite large. So we want to reduce the size of this photograph, but also keep it looking good. If you click on the Optimize tab, you're going to notice that it is converting your original image from a PSD to a JPEG, and it's bringing it down to 712K, which is quite a bit smaller. It'll also give you an idea of how long it might take this picture to load, which is not quite accurate anymore because our internet time, wireless time is quite fast now. But you'll notice here on the far right, it says 100% quality. So now I want to take your attention over here to the far right side of this panel. The first thing I want you to notice is there's this drop-down menu that lets you choose between different file formats. So right now we're viewing this as a JPEG. So JPEGs and PNG 24s are the best file formats typically for photographs. So we're going to just take note of that. You have it in your class notes too. GIFs and PNG 8s are typically the best file formats for illustrations or flat colors. So let's go back to JPEG really quick. So you have JPEG maximum, and right here you have quality 100%. So this is the highest quality for this file format. If you go and click to 2-Up, you'll notice that you're able to view side by side your original file at 1.91 megs and how it looks compared to the JPEG at 712K. But say we want to get this JPEG smaller than 712K. Let's go ahead and click to 4-Up. So the power of this is you can see here your original image at 1.91 megs. You can see your image at JPEG format at 100% quality. You'll see here it's reflected in the far right corner. You can see your JPEG at 50% quality, which is medium. And it's down to 170K versus 712K at 100% quality. And then you can also see your image at 25% quality, which is low, at 107, and it looks pretty good. So say you are working with a client that wants you to get your image down to about 100K. It looks like a JPEG with low quality, which is 25%, is your best option for optimizing. And what you would do is you would hit save, and you would go ahead and save your image to a file folder as grandpalace.psd. and I would call it low quality. So that's how you export the with JPEG. So just for a quick comparison, I want to show you file export, save for web legacy. And I mentioned JPEGs and PNG24 is the best typically for images. PNG24 formats, you can't usually get those very low. So JPEG's typically the best. If you go to a PNG8, which is usually the best for flat images, you can get it down, you can get your image down as a PNG8, a little bit smaller, 346K, but you're gonna start wanting to play with your color reduction. And you'll notice as I slowly bring my colors down from 256 to 64, it's getting smaller, but the quality you can see here isn't as good. And it's the same thing with a GIF. If you want to do a GIF format, you're going to be working with colors and reducing colors, and those two formats don't work very well with photographs. So just for comparison's sake, let's bring it over to the Roy Lichtenstein image, which is a flat color image, not a photograph. And let's do file, export, save for web legacy. And I want you to focus on the blue area of this image. So right now we're viewing this. The original image is 2.29 megabytes. A JPEG at low quality, you can see has a lot of kind of pixelation in the blue. However, like I said, JPEGs are not the best for these flat images. So let's go ahead and try a GIF. So a GIF at 16 colors, you can still see some of the some of this pixelation, but if you bring your colors up just a little bit, be a little bit more, you'll see it slowly starting to get better. So you have to kind of strike that balance between colors and file format. And then if you try the PNG8, you'll see there's still some pixelation. So you're gonna have to play with your colors and see if you can get that better. So it's that dance between trying to decide if you want to use a GIF or a JPEG, and you just need to work on these pull down menus to see what works the best with the file size that you're trying to get. So I would probably choose a GIF because I can get it a little bit smaller with less colors. So that's the difference between GIFs, JPEGs, PNG8s, and PNG24. And again, look at your class notes to get more specifics on when to use these. But I mostly also want you just to become familiar with this save for web legacy for optimization and start playing around with these different file formats, and then seeing how when you change the formats, it gets you the best image quality and also image size.